There is something that has bothered me my entire life, and I've told several people about it. And every single time I did that, people acted like I was crazy. But today, thanks to the CEO of McDonald's, I am finally vindicated. In this video, I will tell you what the thing is that I have been ranting about and raving about for my entire life. How stupid can the Goyim really be? Every day I ask myself, how stupid can the Goyim really be? I don't know how many of you guys saw the video of the McDonald's CEO attempting to eat the goy slop that they feed us peasants, but I finally feel vindicated. My entire life, this has bothered me, and I've said it to other people, and maybe it's something that everybody knows, and I just have Dunning-Kruger effect, but the fact is that we live in Snowpiercer, we live in the Matrix, we live in a dystopia. I've been saying this for a really long time, and maybe I sound cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, maybe I sound crazy as hell, but I've always said that we live in a dystopia. The only difference between what we live in real life and what we see in the movies is that in the movies, they make everything gray. They make everything look so dreary. When in real life, you live in a colorful dystopia. Since you lived in this matrix your entire life, you're incapable of noticing how horrible the conditions really are. But I've been saying this for years. To all of my friends, to my community, to the people that watch my videos, I've been saying this for literally a decade, that we live in the Matrix. We live in the Hunger Games. We live in Snowpiercer. They literally have us eating slop. I've always said it. Every single time I drove past a McDonald's or any fast food place and I saw a line of cars going around the building, I always said, there is the line of peasants lined up for the government issued slop, the lowest nutritional value meal you can get, the equivalent of the bread lines that you would see in the 1920s where people were just lined up for slop. If you got the McDonald's food and you went back in time and gave it to a pioneer, they'd probably die if they ate it. Moments like these break the illusion, right? Everybody's had this moment where the illusion is broken. I think that for my generation, most of us had the illusion broken during COVID, right? We saw how we live on a planet with a bunch of apes and nobody's in control. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody has authority. It's complete chaos. Society is held together by shoestrings and bubblegum. And I like that we get these moments, these rare moments of self-awareness where we can wake up and see the disgusting environment that we're in. I don't want to make this video all about McDonald's and the CEO and the slop because, I mean, if you're awake, you already know that's slop. You already know that's low vibrational food, garbage food that your body literally doesn't want to consume, full of all kinds of chemicals, carcinogens. All these things are going to cause long-term damage to your being. So I don't want to focus on the McDonald's situation, but I will play the video for you guys anyway, because it was kind of funny. It was hilarious.
Sometimes I wonder how stupid the Goyim can truly be.
McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski just exposed the company by accident.
Chris K here with, you've heard about it, here it is, the big arch.
Oh boy, incoming disaster.
This is something that we have tested already.
I like how he says this is something we've tested. The fact that they use terminology that is essentially the same terminology that pharmaceutical companies use. It sounds like some sort of lab experiment is happening here. We tested the product. They're forgetting that it's food. Last time you went to a restaurant, when was the last time you talked to the chef? The chef came to your table after they gave you the meal and said, well, this meal was thoroughly tested. Come on, dude. Wake up, Goyim. How stupid can the Goyim really be? How stupid can the Goyim really be? Oh my goodness. Let's keep going.
Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good.
So no USA?
I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know.
I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. I guarantee you the chairman of the board, the shareholders were surrounding him off camera with weapons pointed at him. They're like, you're going to eat this shit right now, Goyim. We need you to convince the rest of the Goyim that this slop is not bad for you.
So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. Holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got...
He said, holy cow, I got to eat this whole thing. No way. Please, no. Please, no.
We've got a very unique kind of sesame poppy sort of bun on it. We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious big arch sauce, and of course some lettuce. So, oh, there's so much going on with this.
Oh, there's so much going on with this. You know he doesn't want to eat that slop. Just looking at his face, the disgust, the level of fear on this man's face is palpable.
Yeah, I don't think this guy is too confident in what he's about to do.
Do I really need to eat it? Master Shabab? You are a Goyim just like the rest of them. We need you to convince the rest of the stupid Goyim to eat this slop. This shit ain't kosher at all.
I mean, if you really take a look at it, he was holding the box, the burger, as if it was some lab-made experiment, of which it really is. I'm really about to stuff this in my face. This chemically concocted, man-made slop that I know myself, as a literal multimillionaire, I know I do not eat for lunch ever. But alas, he's got to make the sacrifice.
This guy is not eating that stuff off camera. He's not eating that stuff in his free time. He's not eating that stuff when he is in a rush. He will never eat this again in his entire life. I promise you. Rich people, not even, forget rich people. Even higher middle class people are not eating this slop. This slop is for the peasants. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this is the bread line. This is the bread line. You are in a dystopia. You are in the Matrix. You're eating the slop. You're eating the fucking meals made out of cockroaches like in Snowpiercer. Wake up. Wake up. You're literally getting killed slowly. The microplastics, whatever other chemicals are in this crap.
First of all, let's try to get this thing. I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it.
This is how you know the CEO definitely does not want to put his lips on this thing. Brother said, I don't even know how to attack a burger. All you gotta do is just pull it on up to your face and take a bite. Not that hard.
I don't even know how to attack it. Who talks about food in this manner? The thing is, he knows it's not food. That's why. He's like, this shit's gonna do damage on my body. Homie's losing health points.
Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth.
The worst part is this shit looks disgusting. You know what I hate? And I'm surprised that in this video, they didn't give him some sort of gourmet version of the burger. They literally gave him the slop. This has to be a humiliation ritual. They literally gave him the slop version of the burger. I hate how when you go to McDonald's and you look at the pictures, everything looks perfect. And then you order it and it's all... Oh, dude, it's making me want to vomit, chat. I don't eat this slop anymore. I haven't eaten this slop in years. They give you the burger and it's all fucking sloppy. The cheese is hanging out. The lettuce looks old as... Okay. Let's just move on. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm about to fucking regurgitate my fucking lunch.
That is so good.
When he bit into that burger, his soul essentially left his body. The facial expression this man made. And also, look at the size of his bite. Look, this guy took a microscopic bite.
And now it's made major headlines on multiple news organizations like the Daily Mail. And people are saying, laughing my ass off, bro said, with this image of Squidward taking the world's tiniest bite of a Krabby Patty. One person said the product with an image of burger slop. The bite is actually genuinely funny. I did not expect that.
This has to be some sort of humiliation ritual. I'm telling you, bro, his overlords came in, the shareholders, the chairman of the board. They said, I know that you're not used to eating the food of the rest of the Goyim, but we need you to test this product. We need you to convince these stupid Goyim. How stupid can the Goyim be? We need you to test this food. We need you to eat this product so we can get the rest of your people on board. They got this man eating a whole meal of slop.
I just gotta say, the burger looks unappealing. It's disgusting. And it's sad how far or how low McDonald's has come in terms of the quality of their burgers. Back in the day, it was fantastic. I was a kid. Fresh fries, you could literally smell McDonald's from a block away. Fresh food. Like, I'm sorry, but this reaction right here is not giving confidence in your product.
Maury's a little bit wrong here. The food was probably already always slop. The problem is that you were indoctrinated as a kid. I've gone back and I've said this as well. McDonald's had a top tier marketing team to the point where when you were a kid and you saw those golden arches on the horizon, you would go crazy nagging your parents to go there. Mom, McDonald's, 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 McDonald's. And it was ingrained in your subconscious to enjoy McDonald's. And unfortunately, most people never break those chains. most people never wake up from the Matrix. Like I said, moments like these, moments of clarity, reveal the actual devastating landscape that we inhabit. And this might wake up a few people. But even so, a lot of people are not going to wake up, because if you didn't wake up when you saw the pink slime that was chicken nuggets, if you didn't wake up when you saw what kind of meat was being used for the chicken nuggets and the hamburgers, the quality of the product itself, then you're probably not going to wake up for this either. Let's keep it a buck. These people, these NPCs, like I said, are going to do NPC shit. And that includes eating crap. They're just not smart enough to realize the condition of their living space. Unfortunately, they're going to continue eating slop. They're going to continue being consumers. They're going to continue watching garbage on TV and on YouTube and on the internet, because slop in, slop out. That's the truth. Slop in, slop out. I find it funny. You know, people kept acting like I was crazy, because for the longest time, I've been saying it. I've been saying, yo, go read Cloud Atlas. Anybody who's read the book Cloud Atlas knows exactly what I'm talking about. Go read 1984. Go read Fahrenheit 451. Go read any book that has to do with futuristic dystopias, and it will wake you up instantly, because you start to realize, wait, what they're describing in this book is my real life. The problem is that people think of a dystopia based off of what they've seen on TV. But when you're watching a dystopia on TV, they're feeding you the images. They're telling you how to think about it, right? They're giving you the framework. But when you read a book and you're forced to actually imagine what you're reading, it opens your brain up a little bit more, and you start to look around at your real world and say, wait, what? This guy's describing my life. And you start to think, wait, I'm living in the Hunger Games. Albeit in your situation, if you're in the United States like me, you're in District 1. But either way, you're living in the Hunger Games. So wake the fuck up. You're eating slop. You're watching people on TV prance around the wealthy in costumes, literal costumes at times. Meanwhile, you're toiling in the mines for pennies. Wake up. And I don't know what needs to change, right? I don't know at what point does the human consciousness reach a level where we overthrow these ghouls, these vampires that are sucking us dry. But at this point in reality, we're living in a technocratic society, and it's only getting worse. Every single day, the more I do research, the more I look around, I realize that it's getting worse. And you've been brainwashed your entire life to think that everything is okay. Why do you think that so many people get sick with all these cancers, all of these weird diseases, hormonal issues? Garbage in, garbage out. The food that you eat really does affect your everyday life. Being healthy at this point is a privilege, because if you're not wealthy and you're not successful and you don't have the means to go get high quality food, you're probably going to be eating disgusting slop like this. Not everybody can afford to eat amazing food. The people that are in charge overstep their bounds occasionally, because they do stupid things like this that show everybody in the Matrix that they're in a system, that we're being exploited.
A state advocacy group is asking McDonald's to stop serving meat from animals treated with antibiotics. According to the CDC, 2 million Americans get sick every year. 23,000 die from antibiotic-resistant infections.
McDonald's spends millions lobbying to keep one specific meat treatment legal, while the same practice is banned in over 30 countries. The scariest part? Most Americans have no idea they're consuming it daily. Why is McDonald's fighting so hard to hide this? Remember when your mom used to tell you not to eat food off the floor? Well, McDonald's basically said, hold my fries, and decided to make burgers out of meat scraps that were once considered too nasty for human consumption. I'm talking about the infamous pink slime, and yes, it's exactly as appetizing as it sounds. Here's what they did. McDonald's took beef trimmings, the leftover bits that butchers used to toss in the trash or save for dog food.
The formula hasn't changed. It still is dog food. You're the goyim, you're lower than the dog. The formula hasn't changed. They're still making dog food. You're the dogs.
Then they'd wash these scraps with ammonium hydroxide. That's the same stuff janitors use to clean floors.
How stupid can the goyim really be?
Makes you hungry already, right? This pink, gooey mess became the secret ingredient in McDonald's burgers for years. Food critics took one look at this processed meat paste and said it looked like something you'd squeeze out of a toothpaste tube, except instead of cleaning your teeth, it was supposedly feeding your family.
Sounds like the big arch is going to be the big diarrhea, because that meal looked unappetizing as fuck. How stupid can the goyim really be? Bro, they got us eating slop. Go watch Snowpiercer. In Snowpiercer, there's a scene where it reveals what the peasants were eating, and they were literally eating just ground up cockroaches. And the truth is, if you watch the World Economic Forum, that's what they fucking want. They want us to eat bugs. They want us to eat algae. They want us to eat some non-organic, disgusting slop. That's the goal. And you're already halfway there with this trash and you don't even realize it. And I promise you, when they start producing the meals made out of bugs and grubs and algae, they'll market it with pretty colors. They'll put a nice little bow on it. They'll make it cool. They'll make it hip. And the youth will eat it up without even thinking about it. And so we go further into the dystopia, the beautiful dystopia. That's what I want to call this. What's funny is that people are talking about the price of the burger. Oh, it's $10. But they really don't But what they really don't realize is that you're actually a victim of hyperinflation and that those $10 are really probably like $1 in 1855.
And honestly, I can't blame him.
That's a big bite. That is so good.
Yeah, I don't believe him.
That's a big bite for a big arch.
Homie had the audacity to say that's a big bite for a big arch, and they zoom in on the bite and you can barely see where this guy bit into the sandwich. Wow, dude. How stupid can the Goyim really be? Like, who is watching this video and they see this guy bite into the sandwich and he says, what a big bite for a big arch. And with your own two eyes, you can see that it's not a big bite at all. Do they really think they can just summon things into reality? They can just tell you, what a big bite. And you're supposed to be like, oh, yes, he did make a big, he told me, I mean, he must be telling me the truth. How stupid can the Goyim really be?
It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu. It's a delicious product. You know, you've got sort of the cheeses and the gooiness.
Who describes a burger as gooey? The gooiness, ew.
The way he's talking about the burger is literally physically making me sick. You know that as soon as they turned off the cameras, he ran to the bathroom and vomited that out. And then he took a laxative to get all of the carcinogens out of his system. And you keep asking why they approved this ad. It's because they thought to themselves, how stupid can the Goyim really be? They said, these idiots will eat anything. It doesn't matter. They eat pigs, they'll eat anything else. That's what they thought. This is the marketing team's meeting chat. What can we do to get the Goyim to spend more money? Let's make a slot burger for them, sir. How stupid do you think the Goyim really are? I don't know what it takes for y'all to wake up, man. I really don't know what it takes for Americans, people in the West, people on this planet to wake up and realize that you are in a horrible situation. You've been lied to and you've been trained to think that your life is good, but your life sucks. You're essentially a slave, an indentured servant, working for this valueless imaginary currency, wasting your entire life like a servant, doing a bunch of stuff that you don't want to do. It's funny as hell, you know? The smart people, the non-NPCs, use money, they use status as leverage to get ahead in life. The poor, the NPCs, they don't understand how money works. They don't understand how society works. They don't understand the hierarchy. Like, they actually want this. They don't realize that this has no value whatsoever. It's just a manipulation tool. Society is built on a pyramid scheme. There is no such thing as good or bad. There is no such thing as values. It's just a bunch of fucking stupid apes on a rock flying around the sun. We're probably in a simulation. And the way it's looking, the simulation ain't doing so good. But then again, the owners of the simulation are probably sitting back thinking, how stupid can the Goyim really be? Anyways, I saw this trending. I had to jump on it. I wanted to get this shit off my chest because it really is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And people have looked at me like a crazy person for years. Every time I've sat down, we've had this discussion and I've told them how I believe that we live in a dystopia, that we literally live in the Hunger Games, the Matrix, Snowpiercer, whatever dystopian movie you want to put us in, except that it's colorful and well marketed. And people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? This guy needs to get institutionalized. Finally, we get a little glimpse. We get a little bit of clarity. Moments like this are key moments in the Matrix that wake up thousands of people, but there's still millions and millions and millions of NPCs sleeping. So I thought it was a good idea to come on here, talk about this, maybe give a little bit of a different angle on it to see if I woke up a few people. If you're still here watching, I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.